So earlier today in one of the comment threads of the hearing, the topic of what was taken from Kohberger's apartment was somehow introduced into the chat. And one of the content creators said that there was a fancy laptop on the counter in his apartment. But I had never remembered hearing anything about a laptop. No laptop was on the evidence list. They took a computer tower. The only laptops taken were when they searched his home in Pennsylvania. And I never heard anything on the body cam about a laptop, only about a computer. So this person was insistent that it was on the body cam audio, that a fancy laptop was there. So I went back and I found the body cam footage and I listened again, and no, Dawn Daniels does not say laptop computer. She just says a fancy computer. So I'll play that for you.
Very sparse. Fancy computer. Really? Yes. Oh, fuck.
And just for a refresher, here's what was taken from his apartment. And you can see that they did take a computer tower from his bedroom. And that does align with the body cam footage because the computer was talked about after they were able to unlock the door and get into the bedroom. And now that we're on the laptop subject, something that has always sat weird with me was that when all the news reports brought up what was taken from the house in Pennsylvania, they just say one laptop. But when you actually go in and look at the warrant documents, there was more than one laptop taken. And two of those laptops were described as damaged. And I've always found that interesting. So I thought I'd show you that and let me know in the comments maybe what you think was going on. Because there was also a motherboard and then a Lenovo ThinkPad. But it just makes me wonder, why were those laptops damaged and why was there a motherboard removed out of... it doesn't say if it was from a laptop or like a CPU tower, but it's just interesting. Food for thought. So here's an example from a news source in Pennsylvania. On the list of items seized from the home, it just says laptop, just singular. But let's take a look at what was actually seized. So if you look on the first page of what was taken from the Pennsylvania residence, there's an Acer laptop, and it's got like the serial number on there and everything. So it's possible that was his laptop that he was using for work. And then when you go to the further pages, it gets interesting. So you'll see on this page that there's one Asus laptop with damage and one HP laptop with damage. They started to write the Asus twice and then crossed it out and put a glove, but why are those damaged? Is that where the hard drive and the motherboard that are listed later came from? I'd be curious. Or are they just old computers that the family kept around? And on this page, you'll see that he has a Samsung Barracuda hard drive and then a black box Samsung SSID card. And then further down, there's the motherboard. And what's interesting is the Washington State University paperwork was collected right after, or they wrote it on the warrant right after the motherboard. So I'm like, why would his paperwork be sitting near this motherboard? Because you're assuming that these were all found in kind of the same area together, since they wrote them in this numerical order on the search warrant. And then on the last page of the warrant, there was an HP Pavilion all-in-one computer, a Lenovo IdeaPad, and then a Tangent Medallion desktop. And what's really interesting is Tangent Medallions are normally medical office computers. So it's really interesting that he would have, or his family would have a desktop that's from a company that makes medical computers. So these other items have always bothered me. What were they doing? Did his dad have a hobby of playing around with old computers, maybe? Or was Kohberger trying to destroy the hard drives or get something off of one of the laptops? Let me know what you think in the comments. And I do have an update after I film this, and WSU does loan out Acer Chromebooks to students. So it is likely that that Acer laptop that was found in the home in Pennsylvania was his work computer, his PhD computer.